Okay, today is Saturday, April 26th, and I'm going to do a reading for the collective of the energies. So just tuning into the energy for today, I feel like it's clearer than yesterday, a little more settled. Yeah, a lot more settled. Clearer and more settled than yesterday. I don't know if it's a full moon today in Taurus. I'm not sure, but I think it's around this time. Okay. Anyway, we will start with the wisdom of the oracle from Colette Baron Reed. I'm just tuning into spirit. What do we need to know about the energies for today, and how can we meet them? Sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. Trying to catch up with laundry. I'm sure you know how that goes. Okay. But I did say that everything means something, so we are cleaning out. We're cleaning out our energy, deciding what's important, and letting go of anything that's not important. Because we have accumulated too much clutter. Okay, let's see what this says. We got time for a nap. All right. We're going to get about 3 of these cards, so we'll see what else comes out. Oh, okay. Thinker, number 44. Time for a nap was number 24. And then peace, number 23. We have gotten peace recently, but we also got yang, number 1. Okay, so we have 4 of these cards. Just 4 wanted to come out, so. Yang energy is the energy of creation. It's a masculine energy. We're often associated with the masculine energy. Okay, so time for a nap, number 24, that would be a 6. Thinker, number 44, that would be an 8. Peace, number 23, that would be a 5. And yang, number 1, which is really about unity and beginnings. All right, so time for a nap. I'm just going to go right to the tarot and see what all of these are about. So time for a nap. I think I'm going to do a little bit of intuitive reading. Time for a nap is resting, getting ready to receive, but it moves into thinker, because thinking is related to what we want to bring in, what we want to let go of, and what we want to bring in. And then peace is what happens when we do that. We start to move into peace and alignment. And the yang is we're going to start creating. Again, we're going to start doing once we know what we need to do and what we need to move into. So it's kind of a progression. First, we need to rest. And as we rest, we become more clear about what's important to us. And then we start thinking about what we want to let go of and what we want to keep. And then from there, we come to a place of peace, because when we can recognize that there's things that we want to let go of, and then there's other things that we want to have more of in our life, to experience more of, we come to a place of peace, realizing that we do have to let go of some things, but new, fresh energy is coming in. And then the yang energy is meeting that and maybe making a decision, and maybe doing something about it. So that's how I see it intuitively. But let's get some tarot cards from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Okay. I don't know if I showed you the cards, so just so you can kind of tune into the energy. I'll do them one at a time as I go through the tarot cards that are going to go with them. But we're time for a nap. It's like a gold, I think of it as like a very ethereal energy. So we're not just napping, we're kind of tuning into our spirit in that quiet place. Okay, what do we need to know about time for a nap? What else? Oops, okay. Ooh, this is what fell out, the Hierophant. Ah, the Hierophant. So I always ask you to look at the cards and see what you get from them, because we all have this ability to be intuitive and tune into energy. And it's about what kind of stands out for you. So what stands out for you in this card? For me, he's laughing, like he's joyful, and he can see his star. It looks like it's behind him, but we're looking at it like it's in front of us. And there's all kinds of starlight and stuff coming down. Pink light, just very loving, so peaceful. He's laughing, and then there's a staircase. There's like an ascension. Oh, that's it. It's ascension. It's ascension. That's cool. All right. So time for a nap, because we're resting because our energy is ascending. And the Hierophant is also about like ways of being that are kind of passed down to us. I'm gonna actually read it, but so some of that is what we want to let go of. Let's see. Tradition, a lesson, spiritual leader or guide, enlightenment, awaking, in service of spirit, formal education or training, new paradigms. So that's what's happening. We're resting because we're coming into this new energy. And this new energy is enlightenment, awakening, ascension. We're ascending. But in order to ascend, we have to let go of some traditions and old ways of being. And then it says, I am my own guru, and the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. So as we tune into that which we believe, it allows us to recognize what we need to let go and helps us to move into that new energy. But we have to do it in a place of rest and stillness. I do want to look at the time for a nap in case there's anything else there. That's in the Wisdom of the Oracle. Rest, rejuvenation, and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. So see how that all goes together? This is the time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. That's the Hierophant stuff, like the traditional stuff. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. So letting all that stuff that we think that we have to do go. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. Okay, that's good. Okay, so the next one we have is the thinker. So just tuning into that energy of that card. What do you get from that? Tune into the energy, not just what you see, but the energy of it. What does that feel like for you? Feels kind of peaceful for me. There's a bird at my window. Can't tell what kind. That's cool though. Remember I told you everything means something? A bird just flew to the window. It's a message. The thinker. Okay, number 44. I want to do the card underneath first so I can get like a meaning, because I like to do it intuitively. She looks kind of fairy-like. So what I'm getting from that is allow your thoughts to be magical. You don't know what's really real. What you think is real is not real. It's illusion. So allow your thoughts to be magical. What if? What if the world could be as you wanted it to be? Because you know it can. Okay, so I'm going to get a card for underneath the thinker. I got two cards. The Five of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So what do you see with the Knight of Pentacles? What do you feel? I feel a greenness, a freshness, a newness, and heading in a new direction. And the Five of Cups. What is the feeling that you get from that? And what do you notice in that card? It looks kind of like an egg almost, or light in front of her. And she's got a basket. Looks like 5 eggs and some rainbows. And I think it is the energy of leaving something behind and kind of gathering what we want to take with us is what I'm feeling from that. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit about that. The Five of Cups. Grieving, disillusion, disappointment, betrayal, bitterness, wallowing, self-pity can signify a broken heart. Not letting go of past trauma, crying over spilled milk, rooting deeply into shadow work without healing. Grieving, disillusion, disappointment, betrayal, bitterness, wallowing, self-pity can signify a broken heart. It says that, right? I think it is disillusion and disappointment, but it's also like getting ready to move on from that. But there's a sadness and a grief, and there's like a gathering of, she still has some things there that she, that look like treasures, you know, that she's keeping. She's kind of concentrating on what she's letting go of and the sadness. But she also has around her resources, some valuable, some, I don't know, what she's got next to her, that basket with the eggs and the rainbow, that to me says like what's important to her, or maybe her resources she has with her. Did I read that? My tender heart helps me navigate toward my bright future. That is the affirmation for that one. My tender heart helps me navigate toward my bright future. The illusion is lifting, and you may suddenly find yourself in the middle of a reality that is painfully disappointing. If your dark night was a result of someone else's deception, you will need to find the seeds of forgiveness in order to avoid a calloused heart. Release yourself from any guilt around the situation when we realize that the future we were working towards is no longer an option. It's easy to focus on the loss and allow your energy to stagnate and spiral into self-pity. Don't allow your life force to drain away with the things you once loved. Allow your tender heart to navigate toward the curative magic of finding faith in your future. If you are having a hard time letting go, unhook your heart from your fragmented dreams and give yourself permission to envision a brighter future. Dismantle your grief, reclaim your happiness, and consciously step back onto a path filled with hope. Okay, so let's see what the Knight of Pentacles says. That is exactly what I said, though. It's we're thinking about what we want to take with us and what we want to leave behind. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Diligence and hard work, determination, steadfastness, building material, security, safety, being pragmatic, expansion. Seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock-steady foundations of faith. Okay, so he's getting ready to move forward, and he's getting ready to, it is that like planting new seeds. But he's also mobilizing his energy to start taking action. Let's see if there's anything else here. He improves things for himself. So you are moving forward. You are, even though there's sadness and grief, you are moving forward. Okay, so it is about kind of gathering that energy and motivation to move forward. And looking at what you have. What are your resources? What are you trying to move towards? What seeds have you planted already that are coming in now? Okay, so peace. Let's look at the peace card. Oh, I said I would show you so you get a feeling of it. Okay, so there's an egg. New beginning. That's kind of symbolic of. There's a bird with maybe an olive branch. Yeah. What are the feelings you get? What are you drawn to? Okay. I'm getting kind of, you can be at peace because you've already planted seeds of what you want. So that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, is like, it's okay to relax and be at peace knowing that you've already planted the seeds of your future. God or spirit or your higher self, your source energy, it knows what you want. You have already put that out there and you have been heard. Okay, so let's do, what do we need from peace? What do we need to know about peace? And moving into peace. Okay. We got the devil. Okay, I want more information about that. Oops. 6 of Cups. All right. intuitively, I'm getting that we do have some stuff that is distracting us from moving into peace. There's still these little thoughts and worries and fears that are coming up, and we're still escaping a little bit into things that are maybe not good for us. We don't want to find our peace that way, but we can recognize that and we can let go of some of that as we try to move into peace. Those are some of the things that can keep us out of peace. 6 of Cups. But you can see what you can get from that. Peace is a choice. You can choose to move into peace and find ways of connecting with your own inner peace, or you can distract yourself with things that are kind of not going to help you get to that peaceful place and maybe hold you back in your ascension. Not keep you from it, just hold you back a little longer. So it's a choice that you're making and that you have to make. And then 6 of Cups. Oh, it's so cool, actually. 6 of Cups, nostalgia, reconnecting with people from the past, harmony, themes of your life, inner child, and future self. I think the devil would be like conflict between everything. But if we can make peace between our past, peace with our past, oh my God, this is so great. It's really making peace with your past. I'm at peace with my past. It has brought me to where I am meant to be. You see, it's all fitting together, right? We can only move into peace if we can not judge our past, but be more loving and compassionate towards it, and recognize that it brought us where we needed to go. But if we're angry about it and unforgiving about some of the things that we have to leave behind, it's going to make it really hard for us to move into peace. So we have to it's making peace with our past and letting it go. Okay. It says it's time to forgive yourself by releasing any residual guilt that you still carry from past relationships, trauma, or previous actions. Accept your humanness. Contemplate the needs of your inner child or listen to advice from your future self. This card is a literal message that someone from your past... No, that's not what it is. Okay, that's not really what it is this time. I was just reading what was here. When we connect with all the moments on our timeline, we truly find our wholeness. So when you're thinking, you can reflect back on your journey, like your story so far. What is your story? What has your story been? And what do you want it to be? We can let go of those old stories of who we are. I was just feeling that today too. Like, I'm getting a divorce, and my son just got picked up by my soon-to-be ex-husband. And I just felt like a new person, like when I was about to like leave him, I brought him down to the car. And I was like, I'm not the same person that I was before. I'm not that person anymore. I'm a new person. I'm who I want to be. And I got here by being that person and following all of the things that I had to follow, doing all of the things that I thought were right at the time in that Hierophant energy. I don't know if I told you this, but before I realized I needed to get a divorce, I actually heard from, I don't know, one of my guides or something, which doesn't happen very often to me. I more feel things and know things, but this was actually an auditory voice, and it just said, you thought if you did everything right, you would be loved. And I was like, yeah, I did. Like, but clearly that's not what happened. That's not what's happening. I really, really worked hard to be loved. And it's that Hierophant energy, doing what you think that you're supposed to do. And then when that didn't work, and I started on this process, which was last June, the beginning of last June was when I realized, I was like, oh, maybe I can follow my own path. And that's where I am now. Like, I'm just going to be me and see what happens. And I really love being me, and good things are happening, and I'm finding love all around me. So it's making peace with your past, and yeah, it's really making peace with your past so that you can move forward. Because everything that happened to you, you needed to put in that little bowl to take on your journey with you. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. Okay, so we're gonna just do a card for the Yang energy, because this is getting kind of long. But you know, time is irrelevant. I like that. It just ends up being whatever time it needs to be. I can't do that a lot because I'm a therapist, and I have to have my hourly sessions and not go over. I do hourly sessions and not go over time. Because I want to respect everybody's time and the person next. But so when I can do this and not worry about time, let time do its thing, it's kind of cool, right? Okay, what do we need to know about Yang energy? What is that? What is that about? Okay, the Queen of Wands. So just feel into that card. What does that look like to you? It's kind of magical to me. Looks like we're creating our new life, our new future. Looks like happiness. Okay, let's see what the Queen of Wands has to say. Creativity, passion, determination, confidence, joy, bold expression, helping others as you build your queendom, power. Oh, for all my ladies out there, it's getting in touch with your power. I fill my world with an intense light that connects and incites passions. That's just beautiful. You are capable and fierce. It's time to root into your purpose and boldly step into the limelight of your life. So it's interesting because the Yang I always think of as a doing card, but it's a lot of just being and expressing. So I guess maybe the Yang energy would be the expressing yourself, really. I am going to look at the Yang because I don't think I showed you that card either. It looks like the card of creation. Yeah, we're creating. We are creating. Okay. Let me get a little bit about that. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, where you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate now. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Okay, so we're also moving into Taurus season, which is an earth sign, a grounded sign. So that is why it's also the perfect time for creation, for creating. And it's really nice. That's a really great way to end. So I hope you can see the progression and how everything is coming in. All good things. May you create the life that you desire. We're ready for this.